Now, going over to the culture part of the podcast, you have Bud Light Manning score sheet tweet mainly fails with very few points. Now, this comes to thanks to us on X, or as fewer and fewer people are calling it, on Twitter, and it's specifically from the Bud Light profile. And they say before this quick little video here, which is very unrealistic, we'll break it down, of course. They say, quote, "The wild card round is here, but there is still time to score a seat at the AFC and NFC championship games or even Super Bowl 58. Just post a photo using hashtag score a seat, hashtag sweepstakes, to then sign up at budlight.com/easy-score for a chance to win." And it looks like this is Peyton or Manning. It's one of the Manning brothers at a alleged bar. And thankfully it's only about 16 seconds long, so it's not too painful, though moderately entertaining. Not for the good reasons.
Playoffs. The games are worth more, and so are your beers. The more you post with Bud Light, the more chances you have at scoring a seat at Super Bowl 58. Nice catch.
Wow. Truth be told, this video will probably get struck down because that terrible music. Might have to mute that later. But nevertheless, and then it shows a blue screen saying, there's a website. But it has this Manning guy. So unrealistic. He's standing in a bar, and behind him is a bar fridge. And every single product in the bar fridge, again, this is a small detail that, well, only a few people would notice, but ironically, some of the marketing department did spend a amount of time they put some thought into it because it takes effort to do this. Every single can inside the bar, so it's not directly in the line of sight, it's under the bar eye level, so you're sitting at the bar, but it's below it. Every single one of those cans is Bud Light. And then there's a Bud Light neon sign behind one of the Mannings. Someone is sitting you can't see their face, probably because they're too ashamed to actually be in the commercial, but there's someone sitting at the bar so you can see their hand and the little outline of that. And it's a Bud Light on the bar itself. And again, he's throwing this can of beer across the bar. They don't even show who catches the beer. Presumably this would probably be more accurately portrayed as a dodgeball parody. Because again, I don't know, if someone were to throw a can of Bud Light at you, instinctively you would probably run away or try to dodge it, because heaven forbid it actually hit you. Because if it did hit you, granted it might leave an indentation on your head, you might lose some brain cells, but even worse, perhaps, it might even break open. And if the Bud Light can breaks open, some of the debatable beer, arguably piss water, might explode. Some of that material might actually get onto your tongue. And you might actually have to taste that Bud Light, which, again, I'm pretty sure is against the Geneva Convention these days. I know they update that, I think, every once in a while. Something, cruel and unusual punishment. As some might say, that is problematic. I can't imagine. So they don't even show the person who allegedly wants to catch this Bud Light, which, again, if you were to do it in real life, I'm sure there's some joke that could be made about Manning throwing an interception or something like that due to his career. Who knows? But it's one of those things where if you were to catch the can of Bud Light, you couldn't consume the product because it's shaken up, thereby making this whole series of commercials even more ridiculous and unrealistic. Now, it would be business brilliance or maybe marketing brilliance. Again, they'd have to pay him a lot more money. I'm pretty sure he's open to it, though. Have him just go to random bars, kind of like a band. Just go to random bars across all the country and just have him randomly show up and have him just buy beer for everyone. I don't know. These commercials, I think they're moderately entertaining. They are getting some people to post some pictures of themselves. I don't know or maybe that's just blackmail from someone doing it for them and trying to get revenge. But I don't know. I don't know how many people are really compelled to buy this product because of these commercials. So again, he takes the beer, he throws it at someone who you don't even know if they catch it or not, and then that's it. Now I'm actually surprised he doesn't have a Bud Light blazer or a Bud Light logo branded on him, like a tattoo on his neck or on his forehead, which there's a lot of material there now to see it. I mean, that's just marketing real estate. That's prime real estate, some might say. And of course, he doesn't get an A+ for fashion because he didn't even bother to suit up. It's all mentioned always. He has some type of blue sweater thing. I guess he has a button-up shirt under it. You can see one button attempting to be buttoned. He doesn't even button it. And then there's some guitars on the wall behind him in the bar. And pathetically enough, within 24 hours, which we're down all the statistics, we only got 10,000 views, which, again, I'm told this is a popular sports balls figure. Everyone likes sports balls. I mean, he threw lots of pigskins and people caught them. He's an important guy. But no one's tuning into this. Which, again, Bud Light is a Anheuser-Busch InBev. The parent company has billions of dollars behind them. They could certainly, I guess they could pay to sponsor this video to get pushed out to get more views as well. But, yeah, only 10,000 views and 79 likes, which in terms of social media is terrible, obviously. Now, not to brag, but a couple weeks ago, I did get 12 likes on video, and they were the best 12 of all time. For me, I always go for quality over quantity. Those 12 people are infinitely better than these allegedly 79 people who liked this Bud Light post. And interestingly enough, we do have some people posting pictures of themselves with Bud Light. They are probably people who just want freebies, but maybe we'll find one or two authentic fans. Or fan. Let's dive in and find out. Now, the first one, and again, no one's liking these. One comes from CJ Queen, which is a gal holding a bottle of Bud Light. She is let's see. She describes herself as not interested in relationships, love my country, travel, and sports, some might say. She has 930 followers, joined in 2013, so it's not not a brand new account, so she's been around a while. Well, she has. And you'll go to her profile, it's just hashtag millions and all that crap where, oh yeah, you can win a sweepstakes to get a $100 gift card or some website you don't really care about. So, does this person like Bud Light? Now, I do think it is more prudent and better marketing for Bud Light to actually ask for proof that you actually allegedly own the product or purchase the product, or at least you're consuming the product, to have a picture of you with it. So, I think that is slightly better marketing, but she is still just someone who wants free stuff. She's not someone who's a beer a beer connoisseur will never drink a Bud Light unless this person lost a bet or they're on death row or a government got hold of them with just cruel and unusual punishment. But nevertheless, let's keep going here. No. There's an alleged man. Well, he's wearing shorts with sneakers and I was going to say F minus. He's wearing sneakers, but they're not New Balance sneakers. Pathetic. Every man has a pair of New Balance 990s, made in the USA, the best running shoe of all time. I believe I'm on my 16th or 17th pair since I bought my first one in college back in the day. The best running shoe, bar none. It's good enough for the military. It's good enough for you. Now, this alleged man, he also has a t-shirt that says old school with an Atari logo, so he gets some, maybe not F for marketing, maybe D+. And it looks like he has a package, a dolly, and it's filled to the top with cases of Bud Light, and he's holding a Bud Light. Now, he did crop the photo so you can't see his eyes, so he's like, maybe it's Batman, so it's only his nose and above, so you can see his whole body except the very top. And he did the hashtag, score seat and hashtag sweepstakes. His name is Todd Christensen. Now, no one liked that, and 4 people did see it. Not to brag, but statistically speaking, at least 7 people will watch this video. Historically speaking, that should be true. So we're beating him in that regard. Mr. Todd Christensen. So 0 likes, 4 views on his response. He has, going to his profile, he has 70 followers, joined in 2016, so it's not new. The heck? So he is just someone who wants free crap. The most weird thing is he retweeted to try to win, what is this? It's called Hint Water. I can't imagine how little time I don't know how little your time is worth to actually do all these sweepstakes. He is apparently a haircut enthusiast. Every day he's reposting for sports clips. Again, just to win haircuts. Which, at his age, I would hope he'd be married, at which point you wouldn't need to pay for haircuts. You would just have your wife do it. So again, not really building any confidence or not really building any enthusiasm for the brand, just someone who wants free stuff. Scrolling down, and none of these are getting likes. And I scroll down, you got more and more people. A lot of people, but no likes. So they are posting pictures of Bud Light. So, what is it? Probably 10 or 15 pictures of just... Let me see here. So, what's the stats? So, only 61 people commented? That's terrible. Not to brag, but 18 people commented on one of my videos earlier this month. Many of them were pejorative about myself and critiquing. However, any feedback is greatly appreciated because that's how you grow and develop. And I would also argue those comments have more than a modicum of intelligence, which is something much lacking in most Bud Light comments. And again, of the 61 comments, overwhelming majority is just pictures of photos, which a lot of these are stock photos. It's not actually pictures of the individual. Now, there are a couple with the individual holding the beer, which, again, for marketing, you could argue is better for the brand because they're starting to build that attempted loyalty. And again, they want to show that humans drink this product allegedly, so that's good. Now, scrolling down, we finally get to a couple comments that have likes. And the first comment that has a like is CTM. They just simply say nope. And that got one like. Now, scrolling down, let's see here. Where was it? I can't decide if it's just stupid or silly or kind of funny, but someone did actually just print a picture of the logo of Bud Light. So they have a piece of printer paper that just says Bud Light, and it's in black and white, so they didn't want to pay for the ink for color. I can't tell if this person is being serious or not, but that was a post. Only got one like. Now, the first one that actually got more than one like comes from Ron Johnson. Ron Johnson says, quote, Peyton Manning has no idea. I'm sure that Bud Light was solely a beer for transsexuals, making it a substandard brand, and it tastes like poop emoji. There are too many other great beer brands to choose from. Stay away from this garbage brand, unquote. That got 5 likes. Scrolling down, got a couple more pictures of Bud Light. Let's see here. Again, it's a couple people just simply saying nope, getting a couple 1 likes. Great Yoon Conformity says, quote, Peyton is a name that can go either way. At least the legal transition will be easier, unquote. Getting 2 likes. Sour Pig says, quote, that right there is a man for sale, unquote. Getting 3 likes. Tiny Baby Jesus says, quote, really? And you can't pay for hourly workers for having a good wage, unquote. Getting 2 likes. Hey Blue Hawaii says, quote, Peyton is lame, never drink beer that has been shaken, loser, unquote. Getting 1 like. C Mill says, quote, that's not an apology, unquote. Getting 1 like. Bruno Schalmoffer says, quote, no thanks, not even free will I drink your liberal crap beer. P.S. No one throws beer cans inside a bar like that. Stupid, unquote. Getting 2 likes. Which, yes, obviously, no one throws beer like that in a bar. Or, no one should do that. I don't think it's recommended. It would be hilarious if this started a cultural social media trend where people start chucking cans of Bud Light across the bars. Again, a health hazard in many ways. But that'd be kind of funny. John Gallot says, quote, Anheuser-Busch is just as deceptive as a man dressed like a woman, unquote. Getting 2 likes. Let's see here. Adolf Schlickengruber says, quote, pedo beer, unquote, and it's a GIF, or as youth might call it, a GIF, of a man with probably about 2 pounds of makeup thrown on his face, dressed in drag. I got 1 like. Let's see here. Oh, good gracious. There's a disclaimer saying, quote, show additional replies, including those that may contain offensive content. Of course, we're going to click that bonus button. And the first one of those is interesting. The text says this one smells different, and it is a Photoshop of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz with Dylan Mulvaney's face put on Dorothy, and Biden behind Dorothy, or Dylan, sniffing Dylan. And on the hay, which is in the background, are all the Pride Bud Light bottles and the Bud Light logo. Continue to scroll down. Let's see here. Your Johnny B. Rotten says, quote, your brand is ruined. Idiots went woke and now only pejorative F word, drink it, unquote. So a couple of super secret hidden ones. And if we go to the top, you have that one where the hidden replies, there's the standard hidden replies. You just click that. If we do that, we have Apollo de Maltry as the juxtaposition of Dylan Mulvaney with, I don't even know, with a bow tie in Dylan's hair, a signature creepy smile. However, some might debate who has the most awkward smile, Dylan Mulvaney, Ron DeSantis, or me. Perhaps a good example of how you can be a winner or loser at the same time. That'd perhaps be a tight race in that. Now, the picture of Dylan Mulvaney has the text below it saying, pretends to be a woman. Next to Dylan is a picture of Bud Light, and it says pretends to be a beer, unquote. And that got 4 likes. And that was, again, one of the super secret hidden responses that Bud Light didn't want you to see. Another one is from a profile by the name of The Man They Call Pain, and it's, I forget that movie or whatever that clip is going around, where you have I was going to say, cover your ears if you have children listening. You have a man tucking his junk behind him, and I don't know what you call it. They show it to the police. I don't know if this is a movie or a sketch. And you also have Dylan putting on lipstick. And that got 2 likes. The third and last of the super secret hidden responses that Bud Light didn't want you to see comes from Julia Broderick. Julia says, quote, "Seriously, Cy, you've lost $25 billion, 400 employees, 1 bottling plant, and now you're just the case study for business school for what not to do. Just apologize," unquote, getting 3 likes. Which, I was going to say, full transparency, my show did like that. Because again, statistically speaking, they've lost a lot of employees. Technically, there's 2 bottling plants. They didn't technically own them. They were a contractor that made the signature Bud Light glass bottles. And because of the dramatic drop in demand by about 30% in sales, which is about 26 in sales, or 26% by volume, that was to the point where they had to shut down 2 facilities, or 2 bottling plants. Now, in terms of the 4 employees, those are the direct employees. In terms of indirect employees who work at the distributors and the resellers, there's that huge ripple effect as well. And this will be a business case that people talk about for years if you go to an actual college that isn't biased and ridiculous. Any unbiased person, when it comes to the Bud Light debate or the Bud Light boycott, should be able to sit down and say, hey, statistically, if you lost this amount in stock value over this period of time, you lost this amount of sales, you lost this amount. The things that are tougher to measure, perhaps, are brand loyalty, which, again, then you have to come into things that are, you have to pull in things like polls, which polls can be, depending on how you word it, they can be tweaked and manipulated in many ways. So, I mean, just statistically speaking, the Bud Light boycott worked, and they are doing terribly. Their stock did come up a little bit, partially because, Bill Gates pumped in, I believe, about $97 million to buy their stock, as well as a couple other influential people to say. So it'll be interesting to see. Again, I don't think this particular sports ball campaign is very effective. I don't think this is going to increase their sales. I can't imagine how much they're paying Peyton Manning, probably more than they paid Dylan Mulvaney. Again, Dylan Mulvaney made $185,000 for like 2 photos and a video, which, geez Louise, I can't imagine making so much money with so little effort. Yet this person says they're oppressed. They got $1 million deals. I think Maybelline paid Dylan $1 million, which, again, astonishing amount of money. So let me know in the comments, are you going to buy Bud Light this year? Or will you continue the Bud Light boycott? As always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to leave a comment and like. That's a great way to give me some additional feedback. And, of course, I want to make the shows better and better and better. Also, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.